Hey everyone, welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a great week and a great day. I am super excited about this stream. It is a long time coming. We were supposed to do this one last week, but I had some internet issues and that slowed me down. So really looking forward to it, and I think we're going to have a good time. Last time we had a stream, I went through the encounter from the red box starter set just to kind of test out how it would be to run an encounter on a stream and get some feedback from the community and get the chats and see how we could run an encounter that way. And it actually worked pretty well. I was happy with everything that we got good feedback from everybody. Everyone seemed engaged and to enjoy it and help us make the decisions for the different characters. So based on that, I've decided to take it to the next level, and I want to run through the Keep on the Shadowfell adventure module, which is the first adventure that was released for D&D 4th edition. Came out about a month before the core rulebooks were released. So this is really the first glimpse of 4th edition that anybody got, because there was no public playtesting for 4th edition. So I figured, hey, let's go through it as a group on the stream, and we'll see how it goes. So I'm looking forward to it. So I'm kind of approaching this as though 4th edition was just released, and so along those lines, I'm not going to be using a lot of the all the updates and the fixes that have been made to 4th edition even during its run. We're going to be using the rules as they were laid out in the Keep on the Shadowfell and the Quick Start rules, and I will be using the Player's Handbook and the Monster Manual and the Dungeon Master's Guide. So, but basically as they exist, whatever changes were made to those over the subsequent years, I'm not really including those, with one exception, and that is our wizard character is from the Quick Start rules and used the magic missile spell as it existed when 4th edition was released. That was later changed. The big change about it was that it went from requiring an attack roll to being once again an auto hit spell and dealing a little bit less damage. I went ahead and changed that one so that we will use the revised version of it that auto hits with the lower damage. Other than that, it's basically the rules as they existed at the time Keep on the Shadowfell and the core books were released. If you want the character sheets to follow along, you can get them from my website. The link is down in the description. There's actually two places you can get them. If you want to go to DriveThruRPG and download the Keep on the Shadowfell adventure module, it is free from DriveThruRPG. You can get the character sheets out of there. It includes the quick start rules with these pre-generated characters. And, naturally, these are going to take a little longer because we're going to be talking through a lot of stuff. I'm going to share everything. This isn't going to be like just playing the game. I'm going to share the adventure, and we'll talk about the DM side of things as well. And then we will play through the module, and I'll kind of lean on the chat to help guide me on the players and what you want the characters to do, I should say. And then I will run the monsters, and we'll roll all the dice through Roll20, and hopefully those are all visible. I had a few issues with that the other day, but I think we should be good now. One thing that we're going to do before we get started in that, and I hope everybody's interested in this, is that I did order some stuff from Noble Knight Games. As I tend to do when I order stuff, I try to save it for the live stream so that we can do a little bit of an unboxing and everybody can join me as I open up my stuff here. So hang on, and we will just quickly open up this so we can kind of see what we got here before we jump into the adventure module. Give everybody a chance to go get those character sheets if you're going to do that through DriveThruRPG or through my website. Get those character sheets and get ready to go. And let's see what we got. I'm going to go ahead and take everything out of the box so I can get the box out of the way first. Chuck that down there. And here we go. First one that I have is the player's optioned Heroes of Shadow book. This is one I've been wanting to do a page through on it, so I wanted to have the physical book of it. So it looks like it's in pretty good shape, as most of the ones are. Whenever I get something from DriveThruRPG, they are always in wonderful shape. And this one seems like another one that it's in like mint condition. I don't think it's actually ever been opened. So I'm looking forward to looking through that one. This one is one of those 160 page, I believe. Player's options has some new races, some new subclasses, some magic items, all that sort of stuff. So I'm looking forward to going through that one, and I will do a page through video of that one at some point in the near future. Or well, it's on my schedule. I don't know about near future. We'll see. Pyramid of Shadow, and oh, look, Keep on the Shadowfell, Thunderspire Labyrinth. These are the trifecta. This is the trilogy of adventures that was released. So Keep on the Shadowfell, obviously, we'll be playing tonight. And I didn't actually have a physical copy of it. I only had the PDFs. And then Thunderspire Labyrinth is the second stage of that adventure, and then Pyramid of Shadows is the third. The last book that I have, Forgotten Realms Player Guide. I have the campaign guide. I had gotten the campaign guide a while ago. Shortly after 5th edition was released, I went and picked up the campaign guide at a store, but never got the player's guide, so I figured I should go ahead and do that. And once again, this book does not appear to have ever been opened, so it is in very good condition. If you are enjoying this, please help out the algorithm by liking the video. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do that. And then again, I have all the affiliate links down in the description. So if you're looking for other ways you can help out the channel, using those links when you go and buy stuff that you were going to buy anyway would just help me out too. So just keep that in mind, and I would appreciate it. So let me pull it up. There we go. We got Keep on the Shadowfell. So my plan is to kind of go through this together, almost like as a dungeon master preparing for the adventure, and talk through some of the specifics of it. And then we'll kind of make our way to actually playing through the encounter. So this was the first adventure module that was released for 4th edition, came out a month before the core rules were released even. And because there was no public playtest, it was the first module that, first view of the 4th edition rules that we ever saw, because, or at least officially, because there was no previews or anything like that. So this one, this is kind of really what people saw the first time they were going to do 4th edition. It's set in the Nintervale. The Shadowfell is a keep inside the Nintervale, which is the setting for 4th edition. The backstory here is that there is the Shadowfell keep was actually built to protect a gateway that had been opened by the Prince Orcus many years ago, that was allowing some evil creatures to come through this gate and into the Nintervale and wreak havoc. So that gate was sealed, and with a magical seal to prevent them from coming through. The keep was built around it to protect it, but it is now falling into disrepair, and it is going to eventually collapse. And this is coinciding with a priest named Kalarel, who is trying to rally support basically to get this gate open and use these creatures to help him take over the world, as we seem to have a lot of people in the D&D space that are keen on rallying support so that they can take over the world, and Kalarel is no different. He's enlisted the aid of Balgron the Fat, a goblin that is helping lead his cultists and gather people that can follow him, and they have set up shop inside the Keep on the Shadowfell. And then there's another goblin whose name is escaping me right now, that is basically leading the groups of kobolds who are essentially causing problems for the people in the Nintervale, especially around the town of Winterhaven, which is near the Keep on the Shadowfell. So, we're going to basically be traveling to Winterhaven, going to do some role playing in Winterhaven. We're going to learn about what's going around the area, have to deal with some side quests from the people that are in Winterhaven, and slowly learn more and more about what's going on. And eventually we will make our way to the Keep on the Shadowfell, and that turns into then a pretty cool dungeon crawl where we can go through and make our way to finally face off with Kalarel and Belgron the Fat, and other assorted creatures. So that's where we are here. All right, so this is the first encounter that we're gonna run through, and this is what gets the party going. And as with a lot of starts for D&D adventures, it is you're traveling down the road and you get attacked. Per the instructions that are given here, it says to place the player miniatures and their characters on the road within 2 squares of the eastern edge of the map, and then give them 2 rounds to move their characters. So the interesting thing is, if you look on this map, the idea is that the characters are supposed to be moving from right to left on this map, because the description of this says that they're traveling westward to Winterhaven, and it specifically says that they're traveling on this road from the right side to the left side. But based on the description of where you're supposed to put the characters, there's no room to put them. If the only place to place these characters would be smack dab in the middle of this ambush where all the other enemies are already there. So I put together the map a little differently, and we'll switch over to see the actual map that I put together. So I shifted the poster map that comes with Keep on the Shadowfell is much larger than the map that was shown in the encounter there. So I just shifted it over and put the characters off to the side so that we can that way there's a little bit of room for the characters to move before they step into the ambush. And then we get to some box text. The wind in your face is cool and comfortable. The road beneath your feet is level. An occasional ancient cobblestone peeks through the dirt road, indicating decades of neglect. You notice footprints leading up and down the road, many of which were made by small clawed feet. The idea would be that the players are going to kind of look around, and maybe they notice that. They look at those footprints and they're a little bit cautious of things. I'm going to go ahead and move the players down the road, so we'll kind of move them in turn, just as though they're walking down the street. They don't have a whole lot of reason to be suspicious, so we'll just kind of move them along. It says the kobolds watch the road from the positions indicated on the map. The minions make themselves visible, darting from their hiding places, and when one or more of the PCs reach the place in the road between the two easternmost boulders, then the minions begin to attack, and that's when we roll initiative. Playing this as a real game, I would not have even actually placed any of the tokens on the screen. I would have left them blank and let us do some investigation, but we're kind of doing a crossover between a demo and a play, so I felt it was better to put the tokens on there. But if there's different approaches to that, and in the future you prefer for me to actually reveal the monsters and approach this kind of almost more like a real game and do a little bit less talking about the encounter, that's fine too. I'm willing to do whatever. So first we will do Keldrek. Keldrek gets a 15, and Keldrek has a +0 to his initiative, so that makes him, I'll just write these down for now, so he's going to get a 15 for his initiative. Next we're going to do Lyra. She gets a +4 on her initiative, which gives her a 22. Alara has a +6. Sort that. And we are good to go. I'll move these over here so that I think that'll be less likely for them to be in the way. Alara is going first. Alara is our wizard here at the back. This is Alara back here. I think we decided to go with Acid Arrow as her daily spell, but she's got her at-will powers, and as well as 2 encounter powers, assuming 1 encounter power with Burning Hands, or she can do Acid Arrow. She also has a couple cantrips. I don't know how much light is going to help in this case, but that is what she has available to her. Since she does not actually see any kobolds, she can hold her turn, so she's going to hold. And we will come back to her once she is aware that there are some kobolds to be had. And then the kobolds actually are going to go. If we pull up the tactics for this, we can see that so the dragon shields and the slinger allow the minions to go first. Even if they have a higher initiative, they actually will refrain from taking any actions. The minions that are close enough to a PC will do a charge. And then minions that are not close enough to engage in melee hang back and throw their spears. So that is where we're at with the tactics. So that's what we'll use for our kobolds here. So this kobold, eventually, after going through all that, has emerged from behind these rocks, charged down directly onto the road and right into Keldrek's face with his dagger, and is going to do... So 5 points of damage on Keldrek, and definitely caught Keldrek a little bit off guard there. Now it's pretty good chance that Keldrek sees the kobold. And then kobold number 2 can actually do the same thing and can charge from down on this side. So we'll put kobold down number 2 down here with the that it looks a little crooked, but it comes back saying it's a 16. +1 is going to be 17, and then with the dagger is a +5. So 17 + 5 is going to be 22. Keldrick's armor class, as we know, is a 20, and so that is going to hit Keldrick again. 1d4 +3 is going to be 6 points of damage. Keldrick is not going to come out very well at the end of this because they are attacking the nearest one according to the tactics, and so we're going to be so Keldrick's not going to be very happy. Number 3 is hiding up here by this one. All right, another. This one will probably miss. 7 + 1 is going to be 8, + 5 is going to be 11. So that one is going to miss. So he lucked out there. Lyra is so this number 4. He's going to go after Lyra because she's the closest. So 1. Same deal though. We'll do a charge. 15 + 1, 16, and then 5 is going to be a 21. Lyra's armor class is a 16, so definitely going to hit on that one. But only 4 points of damage. And then our last one, he definitely is going to go after Haldor. He is able to just barely get enough movement to do a charge as well. 11 + 1 is 12, + 5 is going to be 17. And Haldor's armor class is a 17, so that is also going to hit. And he's going to take quite a bit there. So that'll be 7 points of damage for Haldor. Lyra's turn. We'll take a look at her if anyone wants to see what to do. So this is Lyra right here. She's got a kobold right in her face. So I would imagine that that's the one that she wants to do something with. So this could be a good point for Alara to, we could do Magic Missile and at least deal with the one that's right in Lyra's face. Alara is going to launch Magic Missile from her position onto number 4, and that is going to take care of number 4. So now Lyra doesn't have to worry about that, and it is now Lyra's turn still. She'll just go right there, and I think she's going to do a basic attack with her dagger. So a dagger is going to be +5. So let's see. Oh! Wasted on a minion. But just for funsies, let's see. 1d4 + 1, so it's going to be 5 damage that minion would get. That minion is honestly just wishing that they had stayed home for the day. And now Keldrick will be able to get some help from Haldor. So, but first, Keldrick gets to go. So what do we want Keldrick, our Dragonborn Paladin, to do? They managed to position themselves. Keldrick is right here. And these kobolds managed to position themselves perfectly for his Blast 3 breath weapon. So I think these kobolds are about to get a face full of acid. It is a +4 versus their reflex. So hopefully, so we have to do 3 attacks, and then we'll see how they do. So for number 1. So that's only going to be an 11 though on that one. It will hit number 2. And then, so the only one that actually is taking any damage is number 1. And so he's getting the acid breath. There's still 2 more, but that's okay because it was a minor action. So Keldrick actually can still take a standard action. We'll just presume that he's going to go after, I'll just go in order. So he's going to go after number 3. 13 + 9 is going to be a 22. That is going to bring us to Haldor. So now freeing up Haldor comes in handy because now Keldrick was only able to deal with 2 of them, but Haldor, because Lyra took care of the one that was near Haldor, Haldor can now move over and take care of Keldrick. So we'll move Haldor into position over by number 3. Reaping Strike has a deals 3 damage on a miss, so it doesn't matter. So that one is still, the glancing blow is enough to take down that minion, and those are done. All right, we've got 2 dragon shields down here hiding behind this rock. This dragon shield is there, and he's going to have to go after Keldrek. Since they get a bonus when their allies are adjacent to the target, I think this dragon shield is going to hold his action until his buddy gets into position. So then the other one is going to move here. So now that they are both adjacent to Keldrek. So now that they're both in position, then the first one is going to take his action. He's going to use his short sword with an 11 plus 7, which is an 18 against Keldrek's armor class of 20. Not going to hit. Then the other one can do the same thing, and he gets a +1 on top of that. That will hit because it's going to get a +1 bonus plus the normal bonus of +7. So that one will hit. 5 plus 3 is 8 on Keldrek. Keldrek is bloodied. Then it's the Kobold Slinger's turn. It's going to take a shot at Haldor. So it's going to use its fire shot. Oh, nice. Okay. Keldrek is probably the happiest person right now, knowing that Therian is the one who goes next. So healing word first, and then we can do healing strike. We'll do the healing word first. So Keldrek, healing surge value is 7, and then gets an additional 1d6. 2, so 7 gets 9 hit points back. In order to do the healing strike, then he's going to have to move here. He can move next to Keldrek and attack, do the healing strike on the second dragon shield. And so healing strike is going to be a +3 versus armor class against this dragon shield. That's going to be a tall order. That's not an easy roll. These dragon shields are tough. Oh, but they're not that tough. Ah, nice. It's going to deal 2d8 plus 1 radiant damage, and one ally within 5 squares can spend a healing surge. 2d8. Oh. Now we get to Alara. So we've got a whole jumbled mess going on here in the middle of this. All right, our range is 20. I think she's fine right where she is. +4 versus reflex. So her primary target is going to be number 2. So she'll go after number 2 first. And +4 versus reflex. Let's go for it. Half the damage. So 2d8 plus 4. 2d8 plus 4. All right. 13 plus 4 is going to be 18, but half of it, that's going to be 9 damage. Lyra. So now Lyra can do her thing. So now she can get combat advantage. So we'll move her 2, 3, 4, 5. So she can get right there. If we do positioning strike, it's a +8 versus will, then a 2d4 plus 4, and the sneak attack damage. So that would be pretty good, but we only got 1 shot at it. So for those keeping score at home, this is Lyra just attacked number 2. So this is positioning strike. It's going to do 2d4 plus 4 damage, and then the sneak attack damage that she gets is going to be 2d8 on top of that. Yeah, lots of dice. I love it when you can roll lots of dice. That's going to be 16 damage if my math is correct on number 2. So our paladin, what can we have him do? And Keldrek is going to attack number 2 using Valiant Strike, and he's got a +11 bonus to that one. 17 plus 11, 28. That absolutely destroys the armor class of this dragon shield. 5 plus 4 is 9, and woohoo! You know what? That is more hit points, more damage than he had hit points remaining. If he shifts over 1 and then she shifts 1, then they're both going to be flanking number 1 again. Yep. I like it. I like it. Tactics. This is why I love 4th edition, is that you get all these little things that you can do that are super cool. So Keldrek is in this position, and when we get to Lyra's turn, she will shift as well, and we will basically lather, rinse, repeat on our attack process here. So, all right, I think that's it for Keldrek, and now we are going to move to Haldor. I'm going to go with Brute Strike. That's the one. I feel like rolling a lot of dice, and I'm going to be optimistic that he's going to be successful with this. +6 versus armor class. Oh, nice. Yes. 18 +6, 24. Armor class of the Slinger is actually just a 13, so no problem whatsoever on that one. Rolling virtual dice is not as good as rolling real dice, but it's still pretty fun. So roll 66. Let's do it. See what we get. All right. 18. 66 +3. The 18, that is 21. I feel like this might be a good time to use the action point. And yeah, Reaping Strike deals damage on a miss. That, to me, is the way to go. So +6 versus armor class. Let's roll it. 4 +6 is 10. That is going to miss. But it doesn't matter because, as luck would have it, it deals 3 points on a miss, and this kobold had exactly 3 hit points left. So it did it exactly what it was supposed to. So that was perfect. That couldn't have gone any better. Haldor, all on his own, just took out this kobold slinger without any help. So that is amazing. And then we got the Kobold Dragon Shield that is left is still out there. So let's see what he is going to do. Let's give it a go. Straight up short sword attack. 14 +7 is going to be 21, so that is going to hit. 4 +3 going to be 7. Knocks him down to 17, and he's also going to be marked. But this Dragon Shield, he's going to shift 1 square because he's pretty smart and can see that Lyra is going to try to get into a position to flank. And then we're going to get to Therian. So we're back to our Cleric, but we are not nearly in as dire straits as we were before. So let's do it. Lance of Faith. So 13 +3 is going to be a 16 versus the reflex of the Dragon Shield, which is only a 13. So we are good. That is going to be a hit. And so 1d8 +3 radiant damage. Let's deal with that first. So 3 +3, that's going to be 6 radiant damage. And it's going to do a +2 to an ally, which I think Lyra is the one to do that since she's coming up next. And she's going to be in the best position to do something with that. Then we get to Alara. Alara, kind of our forgotten wizard. She doesn't seem to have done a whole lot, I don't think, on this. And I'm good with Magic Missile. That's the suggestion we've had, and that's the one I'll go with. So definitely in range. Auto hit. 2+ intelligence modifier, force damage. Moving on. Now we get to Lyra. So Lyra is the one that is in the best position to do something pretty amazing. So she is right here. And she can move and get into a flanking position around the Dragon Shield number 1. So I think clearly that is going to be her first thing that she's going to do, is she's going to move over and get into this position in order to be opposite Keldrek. Now she has combat advantage, which is going to give her that's going to give her a +2. Then she also has a +2 that she got from, I think it was Therian. So that gives her a +4 to her attack. So Trick Strike, +8 versus armor class, but we get an extra 4 on top of that. So it's going to be a +12 versus the armor class of this Dragon Shield, which is an 18. So we get a +12 versus 18. So let's go ahead and roll that. We'll move it over here, and we're going to roll. 6 plus 12 is an 18. That was a lot closer than I wanted it to be. So the minimum that we could roll was going to be a 6, and that is exactly what we rolled. So, hey, that's okay. That's what we needed, and that's what we got. A wizard is never late, and neither is a rogue. They get exactly what they need. Oh, that's pretty good. So 19 damage plus 4. 19 plus 4 is going to be 23. And that's always how this works out. So not to give it away, but this dragon shield is now basically a minion, if that provides a good hint for the condition of this dragon shield. And now we're up to Keldrek. Keldrek is also going to get a +2 because he is in combat advantage, and he's going to do Valiant Strike, and we'll just go with that. So rolling. Oh, 6 is 16 against an armor class of 18. Oh, bum, bum, ba-dum. All right, well, that didn't go as I was hoping. I thought for sure that he was going to finish him off, but and I don't see anything with a miss. He has not spent his action point yet, so either we leave it to Haldor. I think we need to go ahead and let him do his action point, because Haldor has already spent his action point, so I'd hate to pass up that and then we end up missing with Haldor, and then we're kind of screwed. So I think Keldrek is going to give up his action point, and he's going to do that again. Let's do the action point. Needs to get an 8. At least an 8. 12. Done. I'm going to roll the damage anyway, just because I like rolling damage. So 1d8 plus 4. And he just chopped this guy up into little bitty bits. And with that, the party it indicated in the encounter that I would have in some cases had the kobolds run away, but it indicates here that these kobolds will fight to the death. They know that torture awaits them if they allow foes to get by. So we lived into the tactics for this encounter, and all of our heroes survived. And with that, our heroes are now able to we can loot the bodies and see if there's anything to be found on here. Let me see. Does it actually say? It does. So there's not a lot of treasure to be had. The PCs defeat the kobolds. They find the weapons noted with each kobold in the stat blocks. So there's basically a dagger, a sling, a spear, a javelin, and a short sword to be had. And they're also going to get 34 silver that they find scattered amongst these bodies. So 34 silver, a few mundane weapons, and then a couple of special shot for the sling. So those at least might raise the value of the sling if you were trying to sell it. Not much, but we'll move us over there now. This is where we're going to be going next time. We're going to be looking at all the locations and talking to some NPCs, figuring out what kind of side quests we have, and decide where we go from there. So next week will be a little more of a challenge. I'll have to do a little bit of discovery to see how we put that together, but I'm excited to give it a try, because this is something I'm really interested in doing and seeing it through. So next time we'll head into Winterhaven and see what awaits us there. We will get a long rest, or an extended rest, I should say, for 4th edition. So if you want to help out the channel, best thing you can do, please like the video. That is the thing that helps the YouTube algorithm, and it helps me the most. So please do that. Make sure you're subscribed. If you have some ideas, please leave those in the comments. If you want to help out in other ways, go down the description, check out some of those affiliate links. Those would help me out as well. So all that's good. But most of all, I'm just glad that you're here and you're participating and taking part in it, because it's a lot of fun, and it's all fun because of everyone that's out there and contributing and offering their thoughts. So thank you, everyone. Had a great time, and I look forward to doing it again next week. So until next time, take care. Bye-bye.